course material inside the program. The Salon Cable Limited, Salcap Dongi, don't start then Salcap Startup Challenge competition winner for young entrepreneur them in the country. Salcap Dongi over $5,000 each to 3 innovator group them will be win this competition. Out of the 5 group they will be qualified for the final stage. David Pakima na the chief commercial officer na Salcap is inside the next stage after we the innovator ya go down. After we then go down give this couple to the innovator ya for do them business, that will make the land plenty thing for develop them business and self make it sustainable. We reporter David Van Boy gets more and gonna report.
As the Salon Cable Limited, Salcap, we don't start the Salcap Tech Startup Challenge. We a competition which are young people and they showcase them business idea and skill them on how they will use the internet for promote and solve them problem them. Now about 80 different group them be apply for this competition and now 15 group been take part in this competition. When now 5 out of these 15 group been qualified for go the final stage and now 3 group them be win this competition. When now share recycle complaint, go market and fuel genset. Salcap be give $5,000 each to them group here for start up their own business. Also one panel partner them when a chief executive officer for niche innovation, Mahmoud Idris say the country need more entrepreneurs them, where that go help push the country economy.
Sierra Leone needs more entrepreneurship and not just entrepreneurship that goes into trading and supplying imported materials, because that's all going to put pressure on our exchange rate and our economy. It's looking at things that are innovative. Because this is where no one can necessarily compete with you, because it's your idea, it's your innovation. You have almost complete control over how it goes and how it grows. So the more we have people, institutions, corporations thinking, let's do our own 1,000, let's do our own 2,000. You're creating room and opportunity to have hundreds, probably thousands of people who have gone through this process start and move to the next level.
Mahmoud Idris end up say Salcap they look forward for work with more innovator them. Francis Stephen George, one panelist them will begin judgment on this competition. Talk about the area then where them will look inside.
It's like about 6 things that were being looked at. We had a judging scorecard and we had to give marks on sustainability, presentation, etc., etc. And then a value judgment had to be made on the problem solution fit. Impact is really it's a word that is being used around a lot, but we were very intentional that it has to be measured. So on 3 things, in particular, job, how much job is this business the potential to create, the environment, and market inclusion. Some of these innovations, they actually open the market to people in the bottom of the pyramid.
Now this the innovator the may be get to say about this competition.
My name is Emmanuel McBoyma and I'm the current head and founder of Share Recycling, which is a local waste management and recycling company that promotes the use of recycling and recycling applications. As an entrepreneur, one of the biggest challenges we normally face is getting people to listen to your stories or getting people to listen to your ideas. So for me, I want to say a big thank you to the judges for being patient, listening to all our ideas, and at the same time giving us very good feedback.
I would like to thank the panel because each and every one of you here gave us very relatable and productive feedback with regards to our project.
My name is Faja Bari. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Go Market. We are a tech startup that tries to use mobile technology to solve agricultural supply chain in the country. My advice to young entrepreneurs out there who want to be business mogul tomorrow or who want to actually try to be into this ecosystem is to believe in their dream, is to think big and see exactly how tomorrow will gonna be.
David Pakima, the chief commercial officer for Salcap, talk about the next stage after we Salcap don't give this money to them group they are.
So the incubation, we don't see a lot of startup series that way. They just give the seed capital and left the businesses then by themselves. Most of the feedback will be they give during the competition, not enough. So we need to take them into a business school. So the incubation, a platform where they go develop their business model further, exposed to peer review, exposed to coaching, exposed to mentorship, exposed to an entire network of entrepreneurs that we don't succeed in the sector, exposed to probable investors.
So it's a whole program where they give them the platform for me to first re-engineer the way how then they think, ignites and lights up the fire in their belly. So then we'll know say, for being an entrepreneur, you need to forget the passion for work 18 hours a day.
David Pakima end up say Salcap go get for the do this competition quarterly for promote people them. We get good business strategy in the country. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina David Van Boy the report.
The program na media show and it comes to you live from Radio Democracy 98.0 FM. As earlier on, we don't introduce me guests them. First we go start with the Director of Planning, Research and Operations na the National Water Resources Management Agency, we na Tidine Hawajabi. Good afternoon once more and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good afternoon. The name na Tideni once again.
Tideni Hawajabi.
Yeah.
All right, firstly, let we start. What's the role of this agency?
Well, basically, this agency, so waiting they do now for manage and regulate or let's say control the water resources the way we get na Salon. When I say water resources them, the water the like way we get na there's rivers them or then dams them where people not don't treat and yet for use them. So the primary role of the agency na dande.
All right. Now, I'm possibly going to listen. Go say, what not the difference between una with Goma Valley, Salwako, and EPA?
Okay. Well, before I go into dande, I just want to give a little background. We go enlighten people them a bit. Over the years, na Salon, the waterway people then they use for supply. When the water source system, it don't they undergo serious stress due to the high human activities. Then where they go, as the human activities and thing they like deforestation for cut then tick them, or mining activities, people away defend them diamond them or then thing then they, and also industrial use like the agricultural companies themselves. It don't they make the water resources the way we get in this country and on the loss over time we don't see them. So because of that, governments been say and say they need for get some kind of rules them or laws or regulations them for control the way people then they use them water in this country so that we not go lose them over time. So now as a result of that, in 2017 Parliament passed into law the National Water Resources Management Agency Act number 5, where in mandate na for can manage the water resources there. A lot of confusion don't they go about waiting at the difference between we and Goma Valley and maybe Salwako, as you rightly ask. Goma Valley and Salwako, the primary responsibility now for make sure say the residents of this we nation here, I mean residents, the people them get water supply, potable water for drink. And we on role where we come inside now for can manage the water resources them for make sure say the one the way they take them for supply or where they use this raw water go able for use them in a way where we go able for maintain them throughout and it not go deplete.
All right. Now, as you rightly say, for long term now, we don't get people or company there where they use certain water there without at times not can get license. We get any number of like survey I don't do for no the number of people there, but basically we not get license but they use them of water, yeah.
Okay, so since government don't form this agency, yeah, so in 2017, the agency just starts operations this February. So, wait till you ask, so now one part of the functions them of the agency. We get for the make sure say we control the way people then they use this water because we get beaucoup people them where they compete for use this raw water. But in as much as they want to use this water, we want to make sure say then they use them in a way where it not go affect everybody. So for instance, if you get 2 or 3 companies them say they use one catchment area, then go use them sustainably, that we not go get problem with them. So the issue of application for water rights permit or drilling license now inside the ICAM, because with the set regulations then get for the way go control people them way go say if you apply say I want use X amount of water, we go look into them and say okay, if we give you this X water so it go affect the person where they downside and you're not going to forget enough water. So we go look into all that and they make sure say the mechanisms them back where you want use for take this water here so it dey in place. So basically na then the permit they try for control so that people are not go just begin they go take the water and use them how they know for use them and then it get a negative effect on other users then.
All right.
For the drilling license back, we get what we call groundwater where na in the one the way they dig well where they use. Then self we no want that kind where everybody just they come and begin dig, because if we say we they do that in the coming years, Salon will be short of water. So we want control them, we want guide them as to waiting them for do, whose depth you forgo, what you need for do forget water in a particular area. So we get guidelines them back how they develop for able for inform them people and they waiting them for do.
All right. So in terms of some of them company there, when I don't like get any engagements with them for let them know say that this on a plan.
Yes. So we are a new this whole idea of water resources management agency and a new thing in Salon. So the one of the first thing where the team do now for try for write letters out to people them and inform them awareness raising for say we don't get this kind institution where Nadande it come for. So basically, we don't target the private sector more. The mining companies, the drilling companies, them way like they abstract water from their sources there. For inform them, for let them know say somebody don't at least can now where they for do that because in the past we not get them and then just they use this water without any form of control or for make sure say then do waiting we want. So not only the mining companies them back, we get waiting we call pollution. You get companies the way they do some work where then they discharge them waste na the water, and then they say no good because it go and bog the quality of the water, and then how the people then go drink. So we also get provision now we act for that the way they call the polluters pay principle. So then one and they say we get for the control them because we get for the charge them for able for control them say depending on the kind of waste where you are to in this water or now the certain quality this way you for treat your water to before you discharge them go back inside the water bodies there. So we get in this country.
All right. During the term owner engagement, what may be their reaction towards waiting owner explain it?
Basically, we from the companies that we not really get resistance it, then really don't they cooperate so far with we because we don't inform them and we don't get a few number of them. We don't begin the come for apply for this water rights, even though we not get a great turnout it, and then in our appeal we our make to then companies they are for make them come up and try for register with we and get the permits them.
All right, continue for the with me inside the program. In the Director of Planning, Research and Operations na the National Water Resources Management. We as immediately talk about the work and see also they can talk on the 5-year strategic plan. We then just pull do. And inside the studios back we get Akim Sisi in the outreach coordinator na the National Secondary School News Network. Good afternoon once more. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right. First, Mr. Sisi, let me start with why una set up this network.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, the National Secondary School News Network, we people can call NASNet, now a body where them set up the year 2002, and it start formation. Gather operation in the year 2004 by the former then Minister Septimus Kaikai. It been set up by a lot of make out the initiative. There been so many of them. But him finalize them, and these people are people in way may get love for public speaking as well as advocacy and grassroots journalism. So now the reason way to make them said this, and now today make the organization 15 year where we get to a celebration we go do the 12th of this month, that is next week, we should see the organization move ahead.
Alright, so from 2002, begin operation 2004, witness some of the activity them we not undertake.
Well, there are so many. Well, the organization, just like I say, again for do with grassroots journalism, like me and the outreach coordinator, the first step they will start this year. I will talk about this year plan.
Okay.
We'll start, we may do outreach to so many schools and where in we they go, we go doing news to them because the organization more they talk about news, it's all about journalism. They're doing news to them, we give them the ethics because we self can get tutor from big journalist personnel them, the likes of the Fibians, Will and the others. Where they can come tutor with. So they're working on at the schools them out there. We can talk to them small, we're doing news to them. Then again we can ask themselves for join the organization, they ask for membership and then can open up to a week by then they come in a very large number and can participate with me. That lots of only no more. As the organization again, with the play in the form of an advocacy, we get to reporters them out there, we can go out to communities, report issues them where they affect communities, especially we camp a girl picking business, teenage pregnancy. So now all this is about they do advocacy as well.
Alright. Now you talk about when I get to know your ethics. With now like some of the ethics them where you company school picking forget before it be a journalist.
Well, thank you. According to the last lecture we get from personnel, from big media personnel, it may light way on one skill where it tells you what they get news, we'll try for be safe. Then we stop for the phonetize. Try for get your absent as an African. And you for be focused. Know what you they carried. Lots of the way you get the news, you go find your news. So these are all tips that we may give it because they may say now so we as young one them now so we can do. And we can get a program that we can do as well in a culture radio every Saturday. We then self can assist we on that. Time management, how to produce program and all of that.
Alright, so as you talk now for phonetize some of it in them, una may don't start for implement it or una still carry on with them?
Well, we don't start for the one. Though we get some challenges as to some members, but change it into the see change.
Alright. As you know the outreach, you say for secondary schools, almost secondary schools them, they part of this network.
We get over 20 of them with DD and we get more than that. In fact, we outreaches behind them, we may experience a large number. NASNet is an organization we don't take 15 years now. We get past, we get future. And the one in our way don't come on board, then so many parts of future. So we only target again government schools, even private schools are there, the international, the modern and the likes, so on and so forth.
Alright. Now Freetown, not so Salon.
Yeah.
on don't they target the provinces because we get schools them back and picking in the weekend get some of the idea there.
Well, with the plan for do so, it's as a result of we not get funding, not all about voluntary something, and we still like out for let the government assist we or any other organization so far. It's all about me put me on, input me on, we come together. So like live in Freetown, go Bo or Kenema and get for take a finance. So we not get that about the plan for do that.
Alright, continue for the with me inside the program. In name na Akim Sise in the outreach coordinator na the National Secondary School News Network. We will look at another material inside the program. Because of the plenty complaint, we workman then can care go na the office of the ombudsman, but the ombudsman them make the ombudsman na Salon Leon Jenkins Johnson say the law go bet any government institution where people can go complain to the ombudsman office, we not can comply. Leon Jenkins Johnson talked this into one meeting with journalists them where the office of the ombudsman go sign MOU with the Anti-Corruption Commission. Usa is say the reason we make then sign this MOU now for make workman them begin enjoy them facility. Reporter Kabia get more in
Section 146 of the Constitution of Salon 1991, Act number 6, give Parliament the power for create the office of the Ombudsman. Where this give the office of the Ombudsman rights for investigate complain them where workman and can make against governments, ministry, departments and agency them. And self the Ombudsman's office can look inside complain them where junior workman them can bring against some of them boss them where them believe say not they treat them right. Reports they show say plenty by the case them where people they care go na the ombudsman office gets for deal with corruption allegations them. This make the office of the ombudsman don't go sign memorandum of understanding with the Anti-Corruption Commission. The ombudsman na Salon Leon Jenkins Johnston talked about the importance of this MOU.
So today, the Office of the Ombudsman is adding a new dimension to its work. It has become all too clear and apparent to the Ombudsman Office that quite a number of complaints we receive regarding maladministration and abuse of power also border on corruption. It is against this background that we sought a partnership with the Anti-Corruption Commission to ensure from now going forward, when we are faced with complaints that were of the view bordering on corruption, we will send those matters to the ACC for review. The Memorandum of Understanding we have signed today is a statement of intent of the parties to work cooperatively to identify issues related to corruption and accountable governance in public administration, to develop strategies to enhance the performance of their respective responsibility. The Ombudsman's Office and the Anti-Corruption Commission each acknowledge the other's respective need for and interest in the information to be shared relating to governance in public administration and corrupt practices.
But waiting are some of the things where they inside this MOU. Leon again.
The Ombudsman's Office and the ACC agreed to implement a standing public and accountability committee to discuss policy, procedure, and compliance issues relating to complaints against public entities and corrupt practices. The Ombudsman's Office and the ACC agreed to work collaboratively in participating and promoting education and outreach events to educate the public about corruption and accountability in public administration. We also agree to engage in education initiatives for public institutions and the general public that aid the understanding of resolving disputes and reporting complaints of discriminatory and unfair actions by public entities, which shall take prominence.
Leon Jenkins Johnston continues say the law go begin bet government institutions them where people can go complain to the ombudsman where not can comply.
What we've noticed in this institution is that a lot of people don't take our work very seriously, and when we invite people, particularly those in government offices and positions, they tend not to give very serious treatment to our correspondences and treat them with levity. This is just to remind people that that power is available and it's at our disposal, and we're going to activate those powers as we go along very soon. For those who have not been treating the Office of the Ombudsman with any seriousness or with contemptuous levity, thinking the Ombudsman can only bark but not bite, be warned that it will not be business as usual. Corruption is a cankerworm in any society, and it certainly thwarts the efforts of government in meeting its obligations and aspirations. Wherever it is found in ministries, departments and agencies, institutions of higher learning, it should be stamped out. We will follow our investigations wherever they lead us, and it is to simplify and speed up things in that regard that we are here today to sign this Memorandum of Understanding.
Leon Jenkins Johnston end up say one thing where the office concerned about na sex for grade wey ki happen na higher learning institutions them and serve wey boss them ki harass them female staff them wey make it say the Ombudsman Office together with the Anti-Corruption Commission they look inside them case them ya. Francis Ben Kaifala na the commission and na the Anti-Corruption Commission say the step where the Ombudsman Office don't take na step in the right direction wey make it say ACC go work with them.
So we are all here today to witness a time when two very important institutions in these dynamics are now joining together for each to be an extension of the other. Where the Office of the Ombudsman thinks that it needs the support of the ACC, it will call out and will come in. Where the ACC needs the support of the Office of the Ombudsman, will reach out and call and they will come in. This is going not only to solve the problem of inadequacies of probably capacity or mandate, but it's also going to add additional manpower available to each of these institutions. We have enormous investigative abilities and prowess. You have enormous expertise available. That is a very solid synergy that will help us, each institution, attain our goals, our mandates, and our function. The Honorable Ombudsman has already outlined what are the contents of this MOU. Everything he has said I subscribe to, and he has rightly added that most of what they look into, in terms of ensuring that there is justice and fair play within the public administrative system, sometimes border on issues that the ACC has mandate over as well. Issues of abuse of office, issues of abuse of resources, issues of general lack of respect for the electorate and for staff by those who have powers and supervisory authority over them.
Francis Ben Kaifala end up call on Salon people for work with these two institutions for fight corruption na the country. for the Society for Radio Democracy, Kabia the reports.
The program na media show and it come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Be part of the program by writing sending you message on the number 077 981 981 or you join we now we Radio Democracy Facebook page. Well, from then different reports and day we come inside the studios and we come to Madam Jabi. As you may talk on license, almost company go pay for license.
Well, basically the cost na minimal amount for the water permit and then for the license. Basically, not just administrative costs safe they cover. So at this stage, so if somebody don't apply, say for a water use permit and a free tongue a day, the first thing we if we do first, if we buy the application form, where they go for a fee of 250,000 leons, and then we go give them a fill them in and follow the different instructions and criteria as them we need, and they go submit them. Where it don't give we they go inspect the place outside the person one use the water for make sure say he don't comply with waiting in right na the form. If thing then they will know they okay, we go check them. Based on the volume of water, the quantity of water where the person want, now based on that they charge them. But basically for free tongue, it's about 650,000. We include for go na the site, transportation, and whatever administrative cost we go cover for go watch that site. Out of Freetown, I not get the exact figure on my head, but it's a bit over 3 million for everything, transportation and the people where they go for provide for them lodging and all in for do all the process.
All right. Now look at the criteria. Within like some of the basic criteria we company forget.
Okay, so it depends on the kind work we they do. Okay. For example, if now mining company and then it say they take water for doing activities them, when they look at the thing them way they use this water for. For instance, if they use pumps them for take the water, now based on that we be able to know the amount of water we need.
Like for example, the water company them where they produce water?
Well, water company where they produce water, if you they use Guma Valley, then you pump water, we know they do that. Okay. As I say, we na raw water. But if you they use boreholes or well for extract water from the ground, we go charge you.
All right.
That enough for only commercial purposes. So people away get water well them or borehole for their own domestic use, they not pay any fee for use them boreholes them. But in as much as we want them for come for register them boreholes them, because we want get a database of all the boreholes them and the activities that we go inform we work where we they do studies. As you see, one of the things where the institution they do back now research. If you go through the department where they head, it's also research related work we they do there. So basically with the research that we get for they do, now for know the hydrology of we country and all that kind of thing. And so in the future we go able for inform people and say, okay, yeah, if you dig borehole now, yeah, you go able for get water there. Yeah, if you go here, you know, we forget some of them kind of work and they know what they do. So now making as much as for the domestic use, plus you know the pay. What I mean domestic, thing where they use like an house for yes. Once you know related for use for take money for them. Once you begin make money out of them,
you say for
you they begin they pay, right. And not to say like where you they pay now like for let the agency make money, but now for let we use them funds then they for able for protect the other catchment areas them we they get water from for use in the country.
Right. As you talk about boreholes and well, you know, at times people that we can use them water and they forget the quality water for reach the standard way any water company they look for can be issue. In this case, how una can come inside for let them produce quality water for people?
So one part thing them we they do or we make we exist now because of Dande. because we find out say the uncontrolled use of the water sources there, the polluter. I mentioned something about polluters pay principle earlier. So we get for the make sure say we the monitor, we the control, we go improve the quality of the water over time, because this water quality issue, you're not say now one person in borehole. Sometimes an aquifer or catchment area don't get so much pollution that it affect all them people and the way they site them, boreholes them, or then taps them within that particular catchment. So one part of the thing that we take really serious as an agency, or way now one part of the thing that we make we exist now for control that pollution day. That the one the way they dirty the water, sending then the way go make good for consume.
All right, continue for the with inside the program. In the Director of Planning, Research and Operations at the National Water Resources Management Agency. As we come back, we can talk about the 5-year development plan we do yesterday. Inside the studios, we still get Akim Sise, Outreach Coordinator na the National Secondary School News Network. Now, we get una activity for celebrate 15 years of una work na Salon. What's in this celebration they about?
Thank you again. Well, today, just like how you say, today make we 15 years, and we go celebrate the 12th of this month. This celebration, they're all about, the particular people and we, the organization, don't produce, because they self get for day, and certificate get for issue out to them, get for give them, and also again, the things them so far, where the organization don't they embark on, like the outreach something and all of the others. Like we will come that day, they will come together. We try for reminisce. All waiting they don't go through, the people and we don't produce. We try for let them come in again and can talk to a small bit, but how we mean they, how we metallic. And also again I want to use this opportunity for say thank you to Salman Taba of SLBC, because not all create this good step for we today. For let we self can be person at the organization. So that is just get for be like they all come together, then can admonish with small, we get a certificate. Okay. Both the past and with the present members.
Alright, you talk about people we this organization don't produce, we'll get like 2-3 where people self go reflect, say yes, now this organization been there now and mentor them so they don't reach this stage where they don't reach.
Well, just like I say, Salma Taba of SLBC, now one person. Then again we get DJ Bash, Star TV. It's another possible this organization produce. Then again we get another one we then call name are not so they remember when if you come up from this organization where they all get for dinner the program that day, and even Fabian Swill safe at one particular time, Fabian Swill at AYV one particular time in may participate in them. We now get for B with chair lady on that day.
Alright, so waiting line up for that day.
Well, just like I say, we have to get certificate them out, and also speech from the past members, but the present, and also again we have for good news. Just like I say, the organization they talk about news, so we have to do news as well. Then we also get small fold, then light to me a bit of them. Then I think that's all. A refreshments have good day.
Alright,
and
so
we invite 20 schools themselves for come on board for join with that day.
Alright, so as you rightly say, know they get support of fund. Who's on a pull couple for organize?
Well, just like I say, you just go do with volunteerism. Your money and the company and just put them together and see, just see so do something. But again, we continue for the right letter to government. And now they hope for get a rocky partnership with the Ministry of Education.
Okay. And because I then get a radio station, we basically then have the mentor picking them on that. Now let's look at the focus. We now like some of the main focus or waiting on our achieve at the end of the day.
Well, thank you. Again, just like I said, the National Secondary School News Network, basically for the school going people from JSS to SS level, meaning JSS 1 to SS 3 level. Where you reach that particular segment there, you go give out for others them for come. Now with they for student them, we want pursue journalism, that now one. We want to be journalists in the future. Now a way for see or now a way for try for build up yourself, try for match up your standard. And also again, it can help student them in them oratory skills. Like you being a good speaker, a fluent speaker, public speaker to be precise. Now that is organization they focused on, just like as a grassroots journalism. So now small, and we they see progress because the organization they produce people way now journalists in this country.
Alright, continue for the with me inside the program. And name na Akim Sise, in the outreach coordinator, na the National Secondary School News Network. Now, Madam Jabi, let we look at yesterday on a Puluna 5-year strategic development plan. What's in the inside this plan?
Okay, basically, as a start for say, we start operations in February of this year. So when the agency starts operations, we say we need for putting them together, we go guide we for able to achieve we mandate. So this thing the way we put, nothing the way provide for we the roadmap for make we go achieve some of the things them we necessary. So this strategic development plan here now for a period of 5 years, and the thing that we they inside there, as I just say, then they in line with we mandate. So one part of the thing that we look at, we don't see other institutions them we they for regulate or for enforce certain things them not for go on na the country. They don't they struggle because in as much as you get the act, when are the overall law governing guide for the institution, we need thing the way we call regulations for able for make we enforce the laws them, for make sure say people and do the right thing. For instance, the polluters pay principle what I mentioned to you, people the way they use the water, way they discharge thing the way we know want they. How we go make sure say they not do them. So the first thing we try for look at as an institution, we say we want to get a clear framework on regulations them. Thing them way we go make sure say go they in place for guide people there with enough for do, and if you not do them, you go get a penalty. So that are the first thing where we put inside this plan. The other thing where we put inside this plan, now for like we get monitoring system of we water resource, for let we able for assess them and monitor them well and let in day in place. What do I mean by this? We not go just grab and then we say how we gonna say the water na this area here so or this river here so enough a day of the desired quality, and we go able for give them kind quantity there. If we not like get a proper monitoring and assessment system in place. One part of the thing the way we struggle with na Salon again, now forget enough data. So one part of the thing the way we put, we want gather enough data for all the we catchment and river basins them, so that we go able for use them for plan. So if we want plan for the future, we want to say okay, this water yeah, so we go get a challenge this year or not. For instance, in 2014, we been get a case of Goma Valley been there on emergency where water then say been scarce. So for prevent all that thing and they, and one part here we put inside, we want to get a system in place where we go able for monitor and assess the water resources for make informed decisions them for plan the water business. Another thing where they inside there, now for protect them catchment them against deforestation. I mean deforestation, people the way they cut thick them and encroach on them catchments they are hugely. We want to protect them thing then they, so that we go able for preserve this water, so that we go get enough water, we get the desired quality for sell to the people them, where they use them for supply, then customer them for drink. Another thing where we look at again inside this plan here, so now the required skill, the expertise where we get is limited, especially in the water sector. So one part of the thing where the agency look at now for say, we want to get a knowledge management system. So we get a strategy, a plan where we put together for inform we say, okay, we need for improve this capacity now so that we go able for manage with water resources sustainably. We also get one other thing where we prevent disaster management, especially climate change mitigation measures. One of the things that we don't hear over the years, we popular na climate change. What thing they happen during climate, what thing they cause this climate change here? So we now one of the environmental issues what I just mentioned, say then cut the tick them, where they preserve the catchment there. So we want to put a system in place where we go get mitigation measures them, where go they in line with other people their efforts, because we know so we work, but climate change no more. But as a water resource agency, a management agency, we need for collaborate with the other institutions there. We go complement their efforts rather than contradict them for make we able for mitigate the measures there. Salon also they share about 4 of we rivers them with neighboring country them, when Liberia and Guinea. So one thing we will put in place now for make we get a transboundary. What I mean transboundary, the water where they cross between we and them, for see how we go get a system in place for manage them well. Because for most of them water they are, we they on the downstream. Now we they downside. Even though we not get that problem date of then uncontrolled pollution coming from them, but we believe say we forget a system in place rather than where the disaster go happen, even though we know the envisage but at least we get all the structures in place for be resilient enough for able for get that understanding there with them. So for this first 5 years, and then 16 and this strategic plan they try for target, because we believe say if we get them one and we go down form the basis for make we be able for be robust enough for manage the country in water.
Let's continue for the with me inside the program. Next week I will talk about the challenge them we the director highlighted yesterday na the launching. We will look at another material inside the program. The Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Fode Yoki, don't go work at work Monday at the National Mineral Agency for the first time after we be minister. Outside the minister go tell work Monday how them for develop the mineral sector in the country. Outside the minister say he go pull all the law them. We know the benefit the mineral sector in the country. We report Amangi Mansari get more. Report.
It is now my pleasure. We are now going to make a long speech here, ladies and gentlemen, National Mineral Agency, to present to you honorably our Honorable Minister, Mr. Fode Yoki.
That na the voice of the Permanent Secretary, that the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, Brema Shoa, been they present the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Fode Yoki, to the workman them National Mineral Agency for go get talk with the workman them for know waiting they affect them and how them go push the sector go before. Julius Matai, now the Director General of the National Mineral Agency, say by always enemy get plenty workman them, but then still they face challenge. We make it say now challenge them where them go able to overcome.
So we have a very big team, but trust me, we have challenges. I don't see those challenges. I see those challenges. I hope and pray that as we work with you at your ministry, we're able to surmount those challenges and see the opportunities to make sure we set supports, for our people, the vulnerable young men and women, poor ones, those who are looking for towards campaigns. Very every sector. I mean, for the past few days, we've been, a few weeks, we've been working together. I firmly believe if we put all our resources together, we can do a lot of stuff. Definitely a lot of changes. So far the changes have been in personnel. But for me, the big change will be the change in psyche, how we look at things. And I always tell people, for me, I don't see Sierra Leone as it is. I see Sierra Leone as I see myself. That's the motivation that keeps me going. And I firmly believe from your board chair to all the directors, all the managers, all the cleaners, all the drivers, all the supervisors. I mean, titles are not important to me. But of course, it's doing the job that you are supposed to do and the result.
Where even the address to command them, now the National Mineral Agency, NMA, the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Fode Yoki, say the ministry they develop policy, but plenty pan the work that the mineral sector they with the National Mineral Agency.
We do the policy, you actually implement them. So the success of the mining sector, can I say 70% rely on you so that we can succeed. But my approach is going to be different, completely different. Why do I say it's different? Since 1930, you ask anybody around the world will tell you Sierra Leone is a mineral-rich country. But the question is, have we benefited as a nation from that mineral rich? The answer is definitely no. Rich get too poor. The reason is simple. It's because of bad managers in the past. We have not benefited from our mineral resources. So I want to change that narrative. It's about leadership, it's about commitment, it's about sincerity.
For the radio Yoki continue to say, before he can at the ministry, he been done here plenty talk, but people them, whether they are different political party them, like APC, NGC, and other one them, we make it say, he not get problem with them, as he ready for work with them as a team.
Before coming to the ministry, a lot of things were said about a lot of other individuals. They are APC, they are PMDC, they are that. I don't believe in those things. I take my color when I'm going to vote. I give you my 2023 ballot paper now, I will sign on it. It's SLPP, not to change that. But after that voting, I'm green, white, and blue. It is that I have enjoyed over the past. I have very good friends in APC. I have very good friends in SLPP, but nothing will change my SLPP. So I'm ready to work with anybody who can work with us. When I mean us, I believe in collectivity. No one individual will succeed, but the group. I've enjoyed that in the past 2 weeks with my DG. There is no single decision I take we don't consult.
For the radio Yoki, continue to say, plenty mining company in them can at the country, where they can give license, outside they can take their license there for selling at the stock exchange markets. Now other country them, we make it say, all them bad agreements then they go cancel them as minister.
Born at those days, when we have individuals who come and take mining concern and go around and trade in international stock exchange and leave the people of Sierra Leone suffering, I will cancel it. I will continue cancelling until we cancel the last bad deal. I said to me, it's a blessing. I have been part of those bad deals because I'm not going to exonerate myself that I was in minority because I participated in those debates. I told them my position that those are bad deals. So I'm given the opportunity by God to come and reclaim the sins I committed in Parliament. Because those were bad deals, and you were there, you sat down. For instance, all of those we closed on the 7th. All of those contracts, agreements that we signed from December 1 to December 6. I'm going to visit all of them. They were all bad deals. I have been part of that. I know them. I go for them straight. It's just like you are fighting. You go for the jugular.
For the radio Yoki, end up call on Wukmandem at the National Mineral Agency NMA for work with them as way for make the mineral sector improve in the country. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansari, the report.
The program na media show and it come to you live from Radio Democracy 90.1 FM. Continue for sending you message on the number 077-981-981 or you join we in our Radio Democracy Facebook page. See, still inside the studios we get them and I go over to Akim Sise, Outreach Coordinator at the National Secondary School News Network. As we wrap up the program, let's look at some of our challenge them we una don't get over the past year.
Yeah, well, first I will start with funding. And I'm glad the way I get this medium today, at least for to a voice on that. It don't say we'll start operation, really. But like, since that time, they just do them individually, just like I said just now. So we therefore they appeal to big institution them, even the government as well. Let them come and render assistance to we. Us. Wait till they do so, get for do it. The future generation. Some man get the something for be a journalist and by yeah so they able to spot them out in itself. Say tomorrow in the future could be journalist. So they ask there let government try for assist we or any big institution them out there as we try we level best for get a partnership with the Ministry of Education. But upon it but they try. So now that's I want the government help me with and I can get a number as well. If possible, you can contact the management of Culture Radio at 4th Street or you call on the following numbers 030-037238 or 078-242975. I'll go again 078-242975 or 030-372328.
Alright.
Follow the help way.
Okay, plenty thank you. Now we go over to the Director of Planning, Research and Operations. Now yesterday, before we wrap up the program, the Director General may highlight some of the challenges them winner, Mutka and the rest. So we don't expect from organization them we honor the work with.
Okay, firstly, before I go to that, as I be explain about the strategic development plan, forget all anything they done, na money involved. The total cost for this strategic development plan na a little over 48 million pounds, about 48.25 million dollars, sorry, US dollars. So that alone is a challenge in itself, because the agency, as I say, it's a new agency and we not get funds. This agency come into being a begin operate after government don't do them budget for this year. So you not get any money. So one part of the challenge is the way we get now money for make we go able to execute this plan here. So that now we major challenge. Another one now for carry on with we operations again. As I say, government's been done already allocate funds for this year's budget. So the agency not been captured into them quite much. So we get constraints for we day-to-day operations. As we speak right now, the Ministry of Water Resources don't be kind enough to read the house we now the Water Directorate where the team they currently share just 2 rooms, so we also get a challenge, but the ministry in the process they try for acquire, see how then we able to get office space for we. But also other thing the way we need for do we work like vehicles them for make we self mobile, because obviously as I don't tell you about the agency in work, not to for just sit down na office no more. We need for the monitor and go around. So basically some of them things they are still a challenge, and with the hope say we will get development partners, then we will come on board, and also the government don't they give then support over time.
All right. Plenty thank you. We want to join we inside the program this afternoon. Plenty thank you to Akim Sise Outreach Coordinator na the National Secondary School News Network, as you can talk about them 15-year celebration we then they do, and also we get the Director of Planning, Research and Operations na the National Water Resources Management Agency Tideni Hawajabi. We instead don't can talk about them plan 5-year plan we then pull out do this bentem, and also talk about the agency, and then we'll plenty take we wanna join you inside the program.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, when I go do the cutting of the program midday show, we come to you Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019. Plenty thank you to producer Alex Lawrence Koma and executive producer Michael Sambola and the technical team. Plenty thank you to Moses Kavura and team Jonah Indolo, and also Mr. Cliff, DJ Cliff. We can give you technical support inside the program. So today we meet another time. We will bring this edition to you this Wednesday afternoon. My name is Usman Kamara.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Society for Radio Democracy, 98.0 FM. That's not been the midday show. We come to you from this frequency, 98.0 FM, with we are Usman Kamara. Stay tuned to Radio Democracy as we continue with the afternoon's broadcast. We're going to bring to you news brief. Stay tuned.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
The Society for Radio Democracy, 98.0 FM. Now an attempt for news brief with Saptiu Kalon. The Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Memuna Tuprat say the ministry don partner with international partner them for see how dem go showcase salon culture internationally as way for rebrand the country in tourism sector, and self say they also don get the opportunity for build different network for boost the country in culture. The Minister of Water Resources, Dr. Jonathan Tengbe, say the ministry go give all the support wey the National Water Resources Management Agency want for do their work as way for help government to develop the water sector. He talk this way the Director General at the agency, Junisa Bangali, say the agency wants over $48 billion for implementing 5-year strategic development plan. As he say, if the agency get the kind support wey they want from government, then go able get a couple for help government carry on with the activity them. The Director General for the Salon Roads Authority, Engineer Amara Kane, say government will continue for engage with the Islamic Development Bank for make sure they continue for support the Kaila Koinadu Road project, because he say the Islamic Development Bank satisfied with the way how the Pendembu Kaila Road project to carry on. And the information officer at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Lance Anabayo Sise, say the ministry don't begin implement a cash transfer project for all people in a different district them where we don't work for government and be lost in family member during the war, we don't pass 60 years. And say this is a part of government plan for improving condition of living. Also, he said the Ministry of Labour they give 150,000 loans to one person every month. So he end up call on all people where they part of this project for use the couple where they give them the right way. That's a news brief we be the listen to. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.0 FM with Saptiyo Kalon.
Welcome back. That's Radio Democracy Saptiyo Kalon with the local and news brief out there. We continue with more programs that you listen to Radio Democracy, and we're live on 98.0. Stay tuned.
Yeah. I wanna get to know you. Yeah. Me, I go die for your love. Me, I go fight for your love. Yeah. Mike City Music. It's Mike City Music. Yeah. Key tell D. Say I go fight for your love, me I go die for your love. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy everything what you want in cash, oh. For one nigga like me, with us if I'm hand to mouth, oh, hey. I don't think I stand a chance to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Yeah, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you, gonna nigga know you, baby. Me, I wanna get to know you, yeah. I wanna get to know you. Girl, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, girl. Girl, I know you used to fuck with rich niggas. Big money spend, I'm talking drug dealers. Look at you, shorty so pricey. She they make her catch cold cause she's so icy. Me mind say run to her, baby girl run you dry. How she gon' dry a nigga with skinny like Snoop Dogg? Huh. Talking to myself like I'm on some hot drug. Huh. I ain't the type of nigga where they money you. Nope. I ain't the type of nigga where they funny you. Nope. I ain't the type of nigga where they shame you, baby. I'm the type of nigga where they put the top of the world and fight you battle like a soldier. Inshallah.
Yeah. Jen Pettis. Kid tell D.
Yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. Me, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, yeah. Mike City Music. It's Mike City Music. Yeah. Key tell D. Say I go fight for your love, me, I go die for your love. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy everything what you want in cash, oh. For one nigga like me, with us if I'm hand to mouth, oh, hey. I don't think I stand a chance to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Yeah, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you, gonna nigga know you, baby. Me, I wanna get to know you, yeah. I wanna get to know you. Girl, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, girl. Girl, I know you used to fuck with rich niggas. Big money spend, I'm talking drug dealers. Look at you, shorty so pricey. She they make her catch cold cause she's so icy. Me mind say run to her, baby girl run you dry. How she gon' dry a nigga with skinny like Snoop Dogg? Huh. Talking to myself like I'm on some hot bro. Huh. I ain't the type of nigga with the money you. Nope. I ain't the type of nigga with the funny you. Nope. I ain't the type of nigga with the shame you, baby. I'm the type of nigga with the put you top of the world and fight you battle like a soldier. Inshallah. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy you everything what you want in cash. Yo. For one nigga like me, with us if I'm hand to mouth. I don't think I stand just to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Girl, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you, can a nigga know you, baby? Me, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Girl, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, yeah. Every time I look at you, I see the future. I know we just met, but I could paint a perfect picture. Baby, you and I could make a perfect picture. Something like Jay-Z and Beyonce, Michelle and Obama. Trust me, soon I will be Rooney by now. My money is near, I spend money now. Level don't change, they notice me now. Sooner or later, your present will be a khaki. Money I'll be stocking, take you to Burger shopping. With me, shorty, you will call it mad love. No dollar in my zone, got I shine bright. So walk with me, baby, let's make this shit right. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy you everything what you want in cash. Yo. For one nigga like me, with us if I'm hand to mouth. I don't think I stand a chance to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Yeah, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you, can a nigga know you, baby? Me, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Girl, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love. You give me hangover, over. I don't wanna stay sober, Put a big booty on display. Go ahead, bring it back, let's with me. If you drink it up like tequila. I don't wanna stay sober.
Rain on the mix.
Yeah, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Me, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, yeah. Mike City Music, it's Mike City Music, yeah. Key tell D, say I go fight for your love, me, I go die for your love, yeah. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy you everything what you want in cash, oh. One nigga like me with us if I'm hand to mouth. I don't think I stand a chance to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Girl, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you, can a nigga know you, baby? Me, I wanna get to know you, yeah. I wanna get to know you. Girl, I go die for your love, me, I go fight for your love, yeah. Yeah, I know you used to fuck with rich niggas. Big money spent, I'm talking drug dealers. Look at you, shorty so pricey. She they make her catch cold cause she's so icy. Me mind say run to her, baby girl run you dry. How she gon' dry a nigga with skinny like Snoop Dogg? Talking to myself like I'm on some hot bro. I ain't the type of nigga with the money you. Nope, I ain't the type of nigga with the funny you. Nope, I ain't the type of nigga with the shame you, baby. I'm the type of nigga with the put you top of the world and fight you battle like a soldier. Inshallah. Girl, I know you don't used to run niggas with them fancy cars. Buy you everything what you want in cash, yo. For one nigga like me, with us if I'm hand to mouth. I don't think I stand a chance to make you be my lover. Girl, I wanna get to know you, yeah. Girl, I know you, yeah, I love you, yeah. I wanna get to know you, yeah. So would you let me get to know you, girl? I just wanna know you.
Right, indeed, it's Know You. Good afternoon, Freetown. Good afternoon, Salon, and welcome to the afternoon programs them on 98.0 station. And I so welcome you to your every week program. Shekede will come to you every Wednesday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And like all time inside the program, we can play promotional songs and play bangers tune, bring come to you people who concern and matter in the entertainment industry so that you know more about them program and them projects then. And on the other side, you can be part of the show by way you can send message to 077 981 981 077 981 981 at the number for send message to and make a meaningful contribution about anything we'll discuss inside the program. And on the other side, you can get the opportunity later on. We'll open up the phone line for call.